All right, guys. Hey, how is it going, everybody? I am here with UnrealEntGaming.
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I am just excited. I'm pumped up over this Dragon Ball episode, and we are going to talk about this Dragon Ball episode, and we will be looking at fan questions as well. So one thing I want you to do, dude, if you can multitask, and I'll try to too, is as one of us is talking, the other one should try and be reading chat and see if there's
Oh, definitely.
any good
I got
questions.
the chat pack down. Welcome everybody. Yo, we have a lot to talk about, by the way,
A
because there
lot
is
to
so
talk
much.
about.
There's so much going on. I think you might want to change like the title of your of your stream.
Oh,
It's called Best Game, the
shit.
best game ever.
I forgot to change that.
It's all good, man. Yo, what did you guys think of tonight's episode, everybody? Because that was something that not only left me shocked, but also Mastar as well. Lots of people right now are just like flooding in saying RIP Universe 9. Guys, can we get a hashtag RIP Universe 9? Because that was some shit, man. That was some shit. Let me see. The Angels are sneaky as fuck. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, guys.
Yeah, something
Let
weird
me
is going on there for sure. Hey guys, I changed the title, but I don't know. Oh, it says all changes saved. I guess it worked.
Yeah, it's good to go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the weird angel stuff. We're going to talk about the fights with Goku and Vegeta. What I've done here is I recorded a Crunchyroll stream just so I could pull out some pictures that we could use as reference points to talk about the episode. And I guess it's just we're kind of just going to have to go like in order. So Unreal, you can see my screen right through Skype.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so the first thing we're talking about right here is basically just Goku is fighting against the Trio de Dangers. And did you notice that this picture of Goku I have right here, this was actually reused animation from episode 95 when he fought
Yes,
Frieza?
dude, they've reused several shots. Even when Ro pretty much gave like the whole like screw you symbol with his arm and stuff, that was from the Zen exhibition as well.
Yeah, and there was a couple with the wolves. They reused a couple of theirs.
Oh, definitely. When Lavender was breathing poison into his hands, the
Yeah.
exact same scene as to when he fought Gohan.
Yeah, again, this is kind of the same topic, that happened last weekend as people were talking about the reused animations. Guys, it's really not that big of a deal. It's like 1 second of reused animation for something that probably took a ridiculously long time to make. Just forgive them for it, okay, please? All right, so Goku is surrounded by these guys, and I think it was Beerus who was saying, why don't you just turn Super Saiyan Blue? And
Yeah,
obviously,
he was like, why are you having such a difficult time with these buffoons? But you guys have to give them credit. You have to give these three credit because, for as much as we saw, they did, give us a good fight with Goku. Even though, we already know that they got fodder eyes and they're no match for Goku and Vegeta, like in their full max power. But, for what it was worth, it was still pretty cool to see them, execute a formation, together at least for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, but like at the same time, I think Goku should have whooped their ass way easier. I mean,
Oh, hell yeah.
he like
I mean,
he was-
remember what Beerus said? It's like he wanted them to go blue, but they were like, all right, well, we have to maintain our energy. We have to, we can't just burn right through our power like that, So it made sense for them not to use that until the very end.
Yeah, but I still think I don't know. Just like Goku was getting his ass kicked. I feel like I don't know. Because like when Vegeta stepped in, he was doing a lot better in base form than Goku
Yeah, because
was.
Vegeta was like, yo, like, why are you toying around? And because, Goku's having a good time. He doesn't really
he's
care.
toying around. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's loving every minute. He likes to get beat up a little bit before he starts getting serious. So, all right, let's continue. So they're talking about why Goku doesn't use Super Saiyan Blue, and he's trying to pace himself. So because the Tournament of Power is a marathon, right? It's not a race. And
Nope.
Goku is smart enough and Vegeta too, is smart enough to understand that they need to conserve as much power as possible. So. This was one of the reused animations.
Well, what I want to ask all the fans that are in the live chat right now is who do you think was the MVP between Basil, Lavender, and Bergamo? Comment either, Basil, Lavender, or Bergamo, because, I mean, if I had to ask you, Mastar, who do you think was the MVP between the three?
Well, I'm going to go with Basil because, like, last episode, he did some major work, man. I mean, he was kicking ass. In this episode, I mean, none of the three of them really stood out. I mean, Lavender got a nice hit on Vegeta. Bergamo and Goku went at it with some really nice animation. Basil didn't really do too much to Goku or Vegeta, did he?
No, well, Basil really got it in there. I think that Lavender tried to poison them, which you have to give credit to Lavender. But is anyone else curious as to why Bergamo did not transform or at least ascend into his giant form as he did in the Zen exhibition?
Well, it's because they didn't. Well, okay. I mean, they the Goku was fighting him his base form, so he shouldn't be
Right.
like gaining too much power. And Goku obviously like was holding back quite a bit, so
Of course, of course.
he's not gonna be gaining as much as like a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken,
Oh no, absolutely not,
would
dude.
give him. But I guess basically what happened was maybe he should have grown a little bit when Goku was Super Saiyan and punching him and stuff. But
Right.
he got blasted off before I think he could really
Dude, like
take
they
advantage of that.
fodderized them, like they pushed him to the edge, and then right by the end, dude, the final Kamehameha. Did you like that? Because
Yeah,
none of us really thought it was gonna happen,
bro,
dude. It was
we're
like,
gonna
what?
we're gonna get to that. Let's try and go in sequential order because I have
Definitely.
pictures for the whole episode. Okay, so this is okay. So then we're gonna talk about the poison.
There it is.
And Goku powers up. He This is something that Gohan actually created, a barrier that is
It's a
made
barrier,
out
yep.
of ki to prevent from getting poisoned, which is really really cool. So Goku has never really used any sort of barrier before, has he?
Not that I can reckon. I remember like the only time I can think of an actual barrier that they put up was for Vegeta when he was inside Boo's body, when they had like that barrier, and then once it dropped, they defused. But even though like I mean to me, I can reckon that's the only time. But even with that being said, having to see this now, it's a pretty cool strategy to have because you don't want to get poisoned. Because remember what we said. Lavender has a very effective poison technique, so he can really mess up your body.
You get touched once and you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, you're pretty much done.
So yeah, but that was really cool that Gohan came up with that technique, and both Goku and Vegeta used it efficiently, which was really nice. Yeah, so he's talking about Gohan. Okay, and now let's talk about this.
This was something.
Frieza, so Basil was like basically wrecking this guy, and Frieza just owned him without even going gold for him. He's just stepping on him. Like, okay, so I want to talk about Frieza real quick in this episode because it seems like he's just walking around this tournament like he's like God. He
pancaked him, dude. He pancaked him.
Okay, so you saw the Dragon Ball Heroes opening, right? How it was like it was Jiren versus Goku and Frieza.
Yeah.
Like I think that could actually happen. I mean, don't you?
Well, here's the thing, right? Last year, I don't know how many of you guys remember. Last year, Dragon Ball Heroes spoiled Goku versus Black and the emergence of Merge Zamasu. If you remember back last year when they first announced Dragon Ball Heroes, I think it was a set victory mission. They showed off Goku versus Black in the future, and then we saw Zamasu emerge down from the sky, and everyone was wondering what was that. Normally, when you put two and two together for Heroes, it doesn't really add up, but a couple of weeks later, we go into the future, and look what happens. We have Black versus Goku, and then they put out another victory mission to where they showcased Merge Zamasu, and then, lo and behold, a few weeks later, we have Merge Zamasu. So yes, Dragon Ball Heroes could potentially spoil the Tournament of Power for us, which, again, you guys have to be very cautious when looking at that because it could reveal something more. But, yeah, I mean, having to look at this dude, man, Frieza, he gave off, like, that vibe, like, as you said, he's like God, because he walked around, and he was even torturing that one dude, and having to see this, I mean, Frieza to me is just perfect. It's a perfect setting for him, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's loving this, but it's just like I think they're just juicing him up so much. Like his power.
They have to, man. His
power's ridiculous. Like you're gonna tell me he's stronger than Vegeta? Like he's alive, but Vegeta isn't. Like within the last 3 fighters. I mean, it's crazy, man. They're basically saying Frieza is like as strong as Goku. Like I feel like, but like Frieza. I don't know. He's not having any trouble with any of these other guys. Like he just.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. Hell no. Frieza final form? Hell no. Look at him.
He's not even final form, bro. He's I guess his new base form because he didn't go back to that. He doesn't go back to that old crap anymore. So this.
Everyone's hashtagging Zamasu's right. Yeah, pretty much. If you only held off, right?
Yeah. So Frieza. I feel like he's going to play a very integral role in this tournament. I mean, he's ridiculously powerful. Like maybe Frieza will take on Toppo and not Vegeta. I could see that happening.
It'll be really interesting because I still think that they're keeping a lot of the big guys kind of like hidden away. For example, like Jiren, Hits, Frieza. They're showcasing little snippets here and there, but when it's really time to throw down, dude, it's going to be time to throw down.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Like when you bring all the big players into it. I mean, right now we're just going through the fodder and the weak.
Yeah, you have to thin the herd, bro. You have to.
Well, Kale is going to thin the herd in like 2 episodes. So.
Oh, she's going to get body. I hope you guys, check out the spoilers because if you guys don't know what happens, then we don't want to ruin it for you. But just when you thought, she actually does something, well, you were wrong.
Yeah, spoiler warning, guys. But yeah, Kale is going to get bitch smacked off the edge by Jiren, pretty much. At least we think so. Okay, let's continue. So he blasts this guy off the edge. Goku's fighting. Trio de Dangers. Oh, they do this triangle thing right here, and it's like if you're caught, it's called the Triangle of Death, and if you're caught inside of that, you basically get owned, I
Yeah, you're
guess.
pretty much screwed. You know what this reminded me of? Because I mentioned it in my review. I said that this reminded me kind of like the Pokemon bullshit, like Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. So I was like, what the hell's happening here? I mean, it was pretty cool to see because remember, I mean, they're brothers. So, they have each other's backs and they work very well as a unit. So it kind of made sense seeing that. But again, you guys got to give them credit because even though they got foddered eyes, they still put in some work. It's not like they got completely bitched out.
Yeah, but I feel like they were like so much stronger like in the preliminary tournament
Yeah, exactly, dude.
than they were here. But I mean, they were
Yes.
fighting against Boo and Gohan when this is when Gohan was weak. Versus, now you're going against Goku and Vegeta, who are both powered up and everything. So,
Yeah.
okay, so Vegeta, this guy's the leader of Universe 3, right?
Nigishi, yeah.
Nigirishi,
Yeah.
yeah, and Vegeta just owns him. And then, do you know who this guy is?
I have no idea. He looks like he's punching someone though, but I have no idea who
I
that may
gotta
be.
I gotta look back. I have screenshots of like all 10 characters from each universe. I could figure it out. Put it.
They're all over the place, dude.
Yeah. So Goku's actually taking some heat. These are some three really cool, really cool shots.
That's a nice shot, yeah.
This one, and this one. This one's badass, dude. I love this shot. This is what actually with the
Dude, Goku's fighting several people, just no problem at all.
base
That just
form.
goes to show,
Just base form. Like I
base
mean,
form handling people like it's nothing,
he's
man.
taking hits, but it's not doing damage, But Goku always just makes a noise whenever he takes.
He's having fun, bro.
Okay, so we're gonna make fun of Vegeta flying a lot in this episode. Okay, are you ready for this?
Oh,
Because
what contradiction, yeah.
I got to figure out where it starts. So it's not here yet. But Vegeta flies in. He said, "Why are you playing around with these mutts?" That was funny. So Goku's basically saying the reason he's having a problem in his base form is basically because he can't sense their energy, which maybe one-on-one would be easy, but three people not being able to sense their energy is tough because attacks are coming from every direction.
Right.
So he's having, but that's, and then I think Vegeta's like, that's a load of BS, right? Okay, and then the other 8 people come in. A total of 8 fighters come in. Goku and Vegeta are completely surrounded. It's looking a little dire for them. And Whis says that if they work together, 8 enemies would be nothing. But if they don't work together, okay. So here's Vegeta flying, number 1. So then the Trio de Dangers does the triangle, and Vegeta's about to get in trouble, but Goku basically interrupts
Makes the
it.
save, yeah.
He goes after Basil. And Vegeta also uses this aura, which is really cool to protect from the poison.
Right.
This chick, do you remember her name from the episode?
She's got a thing for him, though. I don't know. She was like, I'm gonna tear your handsome face off. I mean, even though she did nothing, she did nothing relevant. It was still pretty cool to see her at least attempt to do something. But this just goes to show, man, they had to showcase some characters, get them out of there as quickly as possible. It's crazy how we got 10 guys eliminated in one episode. So there goes one universe. But I mean, there was no point of her doing anything. She didn't leave any groundbreaking impact. I mean, all she did was manage to slice her own teammates. So she did nothing, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Vegeta dodges this, but he looks pissed. But you dodged it. We tear that handsome face apart. Okay, there we go. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah, there she goes.
She has these knife claws things. I'm actually really surprised at the strength of the other Universe 9 fighters because, Universe 9 was having a really tough time putting together the rest of their team.
Right.
And, they were managed to somehow get 10 fighters, like 7 new fighters out of nowhere with like a couple days left. And they turned out to be really strong, which is surprising.
You know what I want to ask everybody? Like, what do you guys think about the designs? Because for these characters, they look kind of unique. I mean, they're not all like simplistic in a way. I mean, granted, some of us can create better things if we took the time to do so. But I think that they look pretty cool from what they were worth. Especially that Iron Dragon dude. He looked pretty cool.
Yeah, we're gonna get to him in a minute. I mean, I like the designs. I don't think I've seen any designs. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to say. I was going to say, I don't think I've seen any designs that have like majorly stood out as being like completely unacceptable, but which I still don't. I mean, I think they could have made the fighters maybe look a little bit more menacing. I think that's one of the reasons that everybody loves the wolves so much is because they look like menacing and they're cool. I mean, they're a really cool trio. I actually really like their character designs and their you know, their voices and their personalities and everything. But like this rabbit, like what is this rabbit gonna do?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I
like,
mean,
what is this, bro? I mean, like I said, I dig the dragon. I mean, we
Yeah.
also have like that big blue dude, like the obelisk, the tormentor looking dude from Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's just, what did he do? All he
This
did was
guy
freeze
is
Vegeta's arm.
this guy's Metal Godzilla, by the
Yeah,
way.
Metal Godzilla, bro. Mecha Godzilla. He's in this
Yeah.
as well.
So yeah, I mean, some are good, some aren't. Vegeta actually takes some damage from Lavender.
Yeah,
though,
it's
like,
like, does that not look like a shot to the nuts, bro?
yeah, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like his
Big
fist
ass
is
shot to the
literally
nuts,
going,
man.
like,
But either way, he hit him pretty hard, so he just kind of like lost his
his
lost
fist
his
is
breath
like
there for a
literally
second.
going inside of his like sack.
Like I actually like the idea that they at least did something to these two to the point where it caused them to like get pushed back, because if they just fodderized these guys so quickly, it would have been like, okay, well, what else is new?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Like you know, they're trying to make it seem like a good fight, but I mean, honestly, like in reality, I think we all know that Goku and Vegeta could like wipe these guys out in an instant
Right,
if they
right,
wanted to.
easily.
You know, the fact that Goku's punching this guy and nothing happens, but then later on he just blasts him and he flies off the stage. Oh, one thing I do want to talk about in this episode that I actually really liked and appreciated was I feel like in a way they at least with Goku and Vegeta turning Super Saiyan, they actually played true to power scaling. Because
Yes.
when Goku and Vegeta were base form, they were able to fight, but it was like they were still kind of behind. And then as soon as they turned Super Saiyan, it's like, you know, they just wreck everybody. And I mean, that's
And
how
the animation was really good too.
that's how it should be, though. You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
feel like they make Super has a tendency to make Goku's base form seem like just as strong as his Super Saiyan forms. You know.
Right.
Anyways, all right, let's continue. So this guy's name is Chapel Iron Skin. Get some really cool shots here. So Champa is talking.
Oh
shit.
man, he made this episode funny, bro. He's
Yeah.
great. He's great.
He's talking shit. He's cheering on Universe 9, which was kind of hilarious. And Beerus is like losing it.
He's like, well, why are you cheering the other universes? Oh, you know why? Without Son Goku and Vegeta, Universe 7 is easy pickings, and he's not wrong either. I mean,
Yeah.
to a degree.
I mean, that's true. That was funny. So this guy uses so there's a lot of techniques and a lot of character names in this episode. This guy's using Ice Lance. He freezes Vegeta's arm to the bone, but it was actually pretty hilarious. Oh, this guy's name is Hissop.
Hisapo, I'm guessing. I can't pronounce it. I'm butchering it, so I can't
Yeah.
really.
Even Herms had a hard time like translating it. He's like, I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
So the technique is absolute zero. Okay. Oh, he says Vegeta has a big forehead. I was like, damn.
I love that, because I mean, I don't think there was ever a time where anyone ever insulted Vegeta's hairline
God.
ever.
Bro, like I thought Vegeta was just gonna straight up fly up and like attack Ro like in the standings, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it was hilarious, but anyway, that was just funny. Okay, yeah. So then Vegeta dodges the attack. This girl slices Lavenda, and she's like, "Oh no!" And then Goku and Vegeta take advantage that everybody loses their focus for a second. Now, this is one of the problems. This is like one of the important things about the Universal Tournament is working as a team and being coordinated. One of the things that Universe 7 has practiced a lot on is this sort of stuff, like I could see it happening with them just like goofing, but I feel like they've worked really hard to kind of prevent this mistake from happening, which Universe 9 just did, which is basically just letting their guard down because, you know, someone got hurt or something like that. So Goku turns Super Saiyan, flies in, and by the way, it seems like this is a very, very efficient attack for the tournament power.
Yeah, like those little key energy blade. Yeah.
In your hand, like if it's in your hand, you know, you can land that direct attack, and it's knocking people off. Because we've seen like just about everybody shooting blasts all over.
It was coordination too. Like they really executed on throwing these guys out accordingly. And plus you have to look at the animation. It just looks beautiful as well. The overall like setting and whatnot. It just once they became Super Saiyans, bro, like it was over from there. Like there was no chance in any one of them doing anything. Because as you can see from that shot, once Goku went in there, bro, he ringed out, was it 2 guys? Yes, and then they went after the last 3. So it was over after that.
Vegeta rings out 2 or 3 people. Well, let's talk about this real quick. You ready? 1, 2, 3, boom!
Yo, he beat the shit out of her, bro.
Okay, so I don't know if they would ever show something like this in American cartoons.
Oh, because of was it male and female?
Yeah, but he just straight up nails her in the face. Just laid the bitch out. She goes flying. Okay, so then this is Vegeta flying number 3, I guess. He's literally hovering. He's hovering below her, sticking up his feet. I mean, he's flying, and then he kicks her in the back. She flies up. Vegeta flying number 4 flies up. Vegeta flying number 5. And then Vegeta flying number 6. So, I made a joke on Twitter that, basically in the Tournament of Power, there's no flying allowed, but speed plus jumping equals flying. So I guess basically, essentially the fights that we're going to see, it's going to feel a lot like there's no rules. It's not going to feel like the characters are very restrained by all of these rules and stuff like that.
Honestly, dude, I just hope that they get rid of the no flying rule, because that's like the dumbest rule. I mean, I understand they want to keep it grounded. But that's just one. I mean, it's literal jumping, but I just wish that they were to incorporate the aspect of flying, because, I mean, if you want entertainment, bro, you'll have great entertainment by having them fly at least,
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like the characters are basically flying anyway. It's just you can't fly back up once you get knocked off. But then,
right.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to accomplish to say you can't fly back up once you get knocked off. But because characters are so fast and strong, they can jump all over the place, and it basically seems like they're flying anyway. So, anyway, one cool thing here: Vegeta in his base form destroys the platform.
The fucking ring broke, bro.
And this is like what the gods of destruction, 3 of the strongest gods of destructions did.
And supposedly they fixed it too, remember?
Yeah, and the Great Priest said in that episode, he said, I'm fixing the weak points, so this doesn't happen again. Vegeta destroyed this shit in his base form, so okay, that's a little bonus for Vegeta right there. A little positive for him. Maybe an indication of something for the future, but that was cool. I mean, maybe it was just a slip up. I don't know, but it was nice to see Vegeta actually do something on the level of the gods.
It was pretty cool just to see him save Goku, just jump in just to help. Because when do you ever reckon Vegeta doing that for Goku?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of helped each other in the tournament against Zamasu a little bit, here and there.
Yeah. But aside from that, it's just you hardly ever see it. So them having to work together, I think, was great. But comment down below, guys, who was the MVP between Goku and Vegeta? Hashtag Goku or hashtag Vegeta? Because I mean, I would go with Vegeta on this one, because I'm
going Vegeta too, man.
Yeah, he really did a good job, I think.
Yeah, Vegeta was total badass in this episode. Goku just basically stood there getting hit a lot. I mean, he did knock 2 people off, but I mean, the Vegeta was a man mode this episode.
So for those of you saying and talking about the Angel, we're gonna get into that as soon as we mow through everything that happened. But we have a lot to say about that as well. So just hang in there. Oh, okay. Pirate King Bug is in here. What's up, Pirate?
All right, let's continue. So Vegeta gets wrapped up by Spider-Man.
You let your guard down, yeah. This dude has a pretty cool technique.
And then, his name is Oregano.
Yo, I'm sorry, but that big ass, he reminds me so much of Obelisk the Tormentor, dude. It's crazy.
Dude, I was
his fucking ugly ass facial expression.
I was a huge fan of Yu-Gi-Oh. Actually, Obelisk was my favorite monster.
Egyptian god card, yeah.
No, he was my favorite monster. I literally got known. I went to a not a national tournament, but one of the Shonen Jump tournaments.
Yeah.
And I was the first person to actually make a big breakthrough using Obelisk the Tormentor. I made a whole deck based around bringing 3 of them out in one turn and just one-shotting your opponent. And I got a couple highlight matches, and I raped the most. The best deck at the time, which was super OP. They were called Infernings or something like that. Just some super OP deck that can recycle its whole self and bring out a whole board. So everybody's playing it, and I was wrecking people with Obelisk Tormentor. All right, so Vegeta's that ain't shit, and then he just goes Super Saiyan. He said, "Don't underestimate the power of Vegeta-sama," and that felt good.
Vegeta-sama, yeah.
Even though he's a little cross-eyed there, but we'll forgive it.
This is a pretty cool shot though. Once he hit them, he unleashed an energy blast, and that was the end of all of them, bro.
Yeah, so he punches this dude in the stomach and charges up an energy blast. And again, same thing with Goku. It's it seems like charging all this energy into your fist and making contact with the enemy is a really good way of knocking people off. So I'm curious to see if we'll see more of that in the future. Huge blast by Vegeta here, blows them off. This chick, we didn't even get to see her fight.
Oh my god, she is the dude. She is the dumbest fucking person. Like when Cedra was like, "What do you like? What's going on?" and she was like, "Oh, I'm here too." Like, get out of here. Yo, if I was Cedra, bro, knowing the fact that this is happening, I would have Huckeyed her to death, bro. There's no look at her. She's like casually nonchalant. Oh, I'm here too. Get the fuck out of here. How did you get ringed out? Get out of here.
Yeah, like I'd say probably her and like the gargoyle guy that Frieza wrecked. They're probably like, you know, regular Dragon Ball level characters, super weak, probably just
Oh
fillers
my god,
for
dude.
the last couple characters. You
Yo,
know,
she's acting as if nothing's on the line. I would have cut her fucking ears off. Are you kidding me?
Hakai.
Yeah, right. Huckeye her out of there. Oh, this guy.
So yeah, so Frieza, you know, he's having fun with Gargoyle Boy over here. Gargoyle
Bro,
Tien.
the fact that he eliminated him just by words alone was just beautiful because he didn't have to do anything. He was just like, yo, are you ready to play? And this guy's like, you know what? The hell with your fucking philosophy. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like that was great. I think that was what needed to fit for Frieza's character because he didn't do anything. All he did was threaten him, like, oh, you want to play some more? And this guy was out of there, bro. Yeah, help me.
He just goes, help me, and just jumps off. That was great. That was a nice little comic relief in the episode, and it was funny. I mean, this guy didn't have anything on Frieza, but they're really pumping up Frieza. So Frieza took out 2 guys this episode, like completely effortlessly.
Dude.
And I mean, dude, again, I could totally see it. Like if they're going with this method for Frieza and this theme, like I could totally see it being Goku and Frieza versus Jiren in the finals. I could totally see it. But like, you know, I guess over in Japan, like Frieza's a really, really important character. Like, you know, he's the Broly over here, something like that. You know, I've seen in a lot of anime, like usually like one of the first major villains, like usually ends up becoming like the final villain too. And a lot of classic animes that happened. Ronin Warriors. Did you ever watch that show?